So, what are the common tricks and techniques which you could employ to get better at English language reading, writing, or generally speaking? The first key step is consistency. You need regular practice to make sure that you're familiar enough with the language itself so that you are able to not only understand it but also speak it with more effective use of vocabulary, new words. So, consistency in practice is the key. The more you use it, the better you'd get at it. Secondly, you need to familiarize yourself with the language on a day to day basis, which means that you could watch anything that works for you, be it a movie, be it a commercial, be it any season. You could listen to radio broadcasts, podcasts in general. Songs work for some people. So you need to figure what works for you and you need to just get going with that. And for instance, let's say you could start using subtitles as well. That is the most effective technique if you want to get better at, understanding the context of something or to be able to read something more efficiently. For instance, if you're watching a movie and you're reading the subtitles simultaneously as the characters are delivering their dialogues, and you're reading the subtitles as well, that gives you a better understanding of what the theme is about. So this works for some people as well. And apart from that, you can make a vocabulary journal, your mini notepad, in which you come across, let's say, a big word which you've never heard before or which seems quite interesting to you, which you would like to include in your day-to-day conversation. So you come across a new word anywhere, if you've seen it written somewhere, if you've read it, you don't understand what it means. You just write it down, you search it up on Google, Safari, and you try to use it in your day-to-day conversations just so that you do not forget it. Or maybe you could make use of that word in your everyday conversations with your friends, families. That way you ensure that you've not only learned the new word, you've understood its meaning and you've retained that word in your memory as well. You need to actively practice English. You need to actively speak English. Engage in interactive conversations with your friends, your families. Let's say if they're not available, what you could do is you could start practicing it in front of a mirror. If you're way too awkward, you could start imagining different situations and how would you react or speak if you were in that situation. You could assume characters of your choice and speak with them in different situations. That helps a lot as well. Now, initially, it would be very awkward to listen to your own voice. It's going to sound weird and coarse, but with time, you'd get used to it and it would get better. And do not be scared of making mistakes, of your tongue slipping, mispronunciations, you mispronouncing different words, not being able to say some words. That's completely okay. It would get fixed over time. See, it's a language. It takes years and years of consistent efforts, practice, and continuity to be able to understand and then speak a certain language. So it's not a miracle that would happen overnight. It would take time, but gradually you would see yourself making progress and considerable progress. So you need to actively communicate, constantly communicate, practice English. If you're way too shy and scared to speak in front of different people, you could just do it whenever you're alone. You can practice it. And once you feel confident enough that now I am able to hold up basic conversation in this language, then you could start practicing it with different people as well. And that helps a lot. Most importantly, do not lose hope at all. Don't be impatient. Do not be hasty. If you don't see the results initially, it does not mean that you wouldn't see them eventually. What people often do is that they stop learning the language in between. They're like, we don't see any improvement. It's just the same. It's just like when we started learning the language. It would take time. It's not a miracle that happened overnight. So you need to be consistent. You need to exercise regularity. You need to make sure that you learn anything, be it a word, a sentence, anything at all on a day-to-day basis. You effectively use those words, you practice it actively, you are engaging in interactive conversations, you're reading paragraphs, you're practicing new words, you're reading passages, and eventually you would see the results. But the key is to be very patient with yourself. It takes years and years of practice and continuation to learn a subject. So you need to be patient with yourself and you need to have faith in yourself, because it's not rocket science. It's a language at the end of the day. If others can speak, so can you. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and the techniques that I've mentioned, they prove to be effective. If that is the case, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments below, and we try to the best of our abilities to get back to you. Thank you.